Oh my god. What is up, beautiful people, and welcome to Joannaland. I am your host, Joanna, and I am beyond excited. Like, the excitement can barely be contained for being back on YouTube. This has been such a long time coming, and I'm so excited to begin sharing with you again here because it feels like a whole new iteration of my brand and just like a whole new layer. Since I have last been here, which like we may or may not continue to keep up the Corday TVs, but I'm telling you, 2017 Joanna was like on something, and she was on one. And she, you know, was just learning about a lot of things and not necessarily fully embodied in those things, but still was out there preaching and sharing her message. And I just like, I'm just excited to be back here. And I'm excited to begin sharing. I'm excited to be back on video. I have launched a podcast since I was last here, and I'm really excited to bring in video podcasts for this. I can't even believe that we are celebrating 5 years of the podcast. Like, that is crazy. And it has had so many different iterations. That is also crazy. That is also the very crazy thing about it. This space, I intend for every space that I hold within my brand and within my business to be one of exploration, expression, and evolution. And that these three pieces together are more or less the keys to actualizing a beautiful, amazing, the immaculate life, the dream life, the visions that we all have. And that those, to me, are the three keys that are necessary for that type of thing. And everything I do in my business, everything I do in my brand is all centered around the idea of living by design and embracing your adventure and your adventure of life. Like, knowing that your life is this one beautiful, amazing opportunity to be a human as a particular human in this life. And then that we get to maximize the opportunity that that is. And we also get to be really human at the same time. When I was originally sharing on this YouTube, I was, like I said, not as embodied in what it is that I know. Like, I knew it, but I didn't know it, right? So my process, especially over the last 3 years, I really feel has been in dropping from the head and into the body, and allowing my life to be an expression of that embodiment and an expression of myself. That, like, as every evolution occurs, there's a whole new expression that comes online, and the next edge after the evolution itself, the next edge of evolution is to actually share that expression with the world. And if you were around here before for the channel, I also was wearing my prosthetic shell. And it was not even like 3 months after I turned the lights off on the YouTube and stopped producing that I stopped hiding behind that mask. And it's really funny for me to go back and look at those videos because I can feel in my voice, I can see it in my body, what I was feeling at that time, in the sense that, like, you can tell that I'm not embodied in what I'm saying, and that there's a layer that like there's a part of me that's just not being real with this. And like, yeah, I was just getting into business, and like that was the OG moments of my business. Like, girl was just learning so many things, and I have become so wise over that time. And I will be I will not lie when I say that it hasn't necessarily been successful over that time. There's been a lot of ebb and flows. There's been a lot of me just not understanding how to run a business, and me not even, I mean, I studied business. I know how to run a business, but the actual execution of it was failing, more or less. And that over these past however long it's been, 6 years, is that the journey has been a sense of every evolution has been another layer of my authenticity. And then with, like I said, like with that next layer of authenticity comes the next edge of the expression of that authenticity in the world. And I stopped wearing my prosthetic shell that covered my eye, because it started feeling like a mask. It started feeling like I wasn't owning who I truly was meant to be in the world. And it may look like I have glaucoma, I guess. And that's not really like whatever, what people think. Honestly, I'm like at a point where I just like really, sometimes I care, but I really often don't. And I'm excited for this space. I'm excited to begin sharing. But if there was going to be one message that I have for you today, and that like is why this place is even here, is like, yes, we are living by design. Yes, we are embodying unconditional love. And we are really here for the expression of our soul and the authenticity to come alive within our lives. Because if we are not in touch with the authenticity, there is no capacity to live your full potential and to truly enjoy your life. Because if you're out here living somebody else's dream, somebody else's vision, somebody else's ideology, anything, then you're not going to be living your ideology, your expression, your emanation of God as a human being on this planet. Like, that is the power of authenticity, is because that when that comes online, when that gets deeper and deeper, and when that gets more and more cultivated, and you're able to actually authentically live, your presence is the transformation. Your presence alone is healing, because you give everybody in the room the same level of permission to be as authentic as you're being. And for them to shed their masks, take off their layers. And by God damn it, if there's anything beyond unconditional love that could heal this planet, it would be authenticity, in my opinion. Our capacity to truly love ourselves and exist as ourselves and take off the masks is, like, I have to say, one of the damn hardest processes any human will ever undergo, in terms of the iterations and the evolutions that are present with every layer of authenticity. With every edge of authenticity, there is a greater capacity to express more of yourself. And that expression is so healing. When we walk that path, our legacy is our walking footprint. And that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So as we begin this journey on this channel, I am going to be intending for once a week, and I will take the last week off of every month. And I really am one of intention. And if it doesn't happen, it just doesn't happen. I'm human, and I am not one to press inspiration simply because I'm wanting to put out a video. I desire for all of these videos to be full of value and to bring something into your life, no matter whether or not it be a potent point of wisdom, or if it's sharing with you a vlog of my travels. Like, whatever the thing is, I want this space, yes, in full dichotomy of myself and paradox. I really would desire for this space to be very targeted and speaking to one particular person, but I also just want this to be an expression of the wholeness of me, so that it allows the expression of the wholeness of you, so we can be out here living authentically, living our best lives. And our best lives require the most authentic version of ourselves. And it's not an easy process. I feel it's profoundly simple. But to genuinely re-ingrain the neural pathways of your authentic expression, whoa, baby. Tough, yet wildly rewarding. And also, I dare say, the deeper you come into your body at the same time. Because without acknowledging the things that are keeping you from your authenticity, there is no really looking at what's keeping you from your authenticity without going to your body. And that's really been my lesson over these last 3 years, as I've learned more about trauma-informed care and coaching and being a trauma-informed human. I have really come to understand the nervous system and we sharing all this shit, y'all. We are sharing all of this. No gatekeeping around here, unless I've had a really good place traveling, then it's not. But I straight up, like, I legitimately, my life dreams, goals, all the things, is I literally just want every freaking human out here living, loving their lives. And we could call it liberation. But what I really say when when liberation is on the table, what I'm saying is I want the most liberated self. I want the most authentic self. I want all of it. And that's it. So I am beyond pumped to be sharing this podcast, sharing this space, and being on this channel with you again. If you are just as excited as I am about this whole entire thing, then I invite you to subscribe, like that, so the algorithm knows that you like me, you want to be hanging out with me. Subscribe to the channel, and we will see you again next week.